finally here.
What's the matter? Where's the fire?
I just borrowed an Omnium extractor from Zero, but I don't really understand that tiny device. I'm wondering if you could help. You've used it before, after all.
Omnium extractor? What are you doing?
An Omnium collection droid designed by me was damaged by the gray space entities when on duty, and all its samples were lost.
Gray space entity attack? Didn't that droid take care of safeguarding measures?
Gray space entities aren't often seen in the area where the droid was sent, so Saki only assigned one Special Forces agent to protect it. Long story short, it didn't work as planned. Saki must be giving that poor fella a stern lecture as we speak. Great. Now we have to go collect the samples ourselves.
We?
Oh, don't be reluctant. Close buddies like us gotta help each other out, am I right? Besides, I don't even know how to use that extractor. If I somehow break it, Zero will be mad at me. So, let's team up and get the job done in no time. Let's go to the security force and find Saki. I hope that poor thing is doing all right.
Do you realize what you're doing? Your mission was to protect the collection droids from gray space entities, not go fighting them.
I'm just thinking.
What's your mission?
Protect the Omnium collection droid.
Where's the droid?
It's damaged.
Why were you unable to get things done?
Because I encountered an unexpected enemy, and if I didn't deal with it...
Alyss, is this how you complete missions as a member of the Special Forces? Why didn't you call for backup when you encountered an unexpected enemy? Why didn't you rely on everyone else as soon as possible? Why did you have to fight by yourself?
I understand.
Go get Class B punishment from the data center. 3 days of confinement and a penalty log for review.
Yes, Captain.
Saki.
You're here, Shelly. Do you have the Omnium extractor?
Got it. I also have the executor with me. The two of us will go collect some Omnium samples on the surface.
Captain Fua?
Don't call me Captain. Do you need something else?
I want to help Miss Shelley and the executor with collecting Omnium on the surface.
Huh? You want to make up for it?
Yes. I have unshirkable responsibility for the damages to the device. Please, give me a chance to make up for it, Captain.
Go get ready. We'll be starting soon.
Roger, Captain Fua.
I told you, don't call me Captain. If you do well during this mission, I'll consider it a makeup for the punishment and confinement. But the review isn't negotiable. The mission takes priority, so write it when you get back.
Roger. Captain Fua?
Saki, I'm wondering if you're a little too harsh on her? I've never seen you like this.
Such reckless behavior. Even if she holds such a status, I want her to know I'm very angry. Besides, I'm her captain now, and I'm responsible for the safety of my team.
Loosen up a bit, will you? Just let it slide. It'll be fine.
Do you think I'm done?
All right. Are we feeling better now?
Even if a month has passed now, I still feel terrible whenever I see her.
This is the best result that we could have hoped for. At least she came back unharmed.
Are you talking about Alyss?
I'll tell you. If you're going on a mission together, I must tell you about Alyss. But I hope you'll keep it a secret.
I will.
Alyss is the former Special Forces captain, codenamed MSEC-002.
Alyss? She...
It all started during an incident many years ago. At that time, there was a flaw in the Meroria defense force field, which allowed Abyssins with specific energy pulses to breach the force field and enter Meroria. The accident occurred that day. The gray space entities breached the force field and were about to invade Meroria. The Special Forces captain at the time, Alyss, was the first to discover the situation and arrive at the scene. She risked her life and fought the gray space entities on her own until Meroria's forces arrived. The crisis was averted, but she too fell before their eyes. Alyss is our hero. After that incident, the flaw in the defense force field was rectified. Now, gray space entities will never breach its defenses while the force field is active. Very few knew her name, as they usually used her codename at the time, 002. But I knew it, because we spent every day and night together. Everyone thought she died in that battle until she reported to the security force after making a full recovery. Though it had been a very long time, and her appearance had changed drastically, to the point that she was absolutely unrecognizable. But I knew. She was definitely Alyss, my former captain!
Saki...
After that, did you two reunite?
Unfortunately, she'd lost all her memories as MSEC-002.
Memory loss?
Yes. I found out later that the Department of Science and Technology did everything they could to save her, and it was a miracle she survived. Because the cause of her memory loss still remained unknown, and in order to avoid an adverse effect to her mental state, Archon Larson instructed me to pass down a gag order to all relevant personnel who are aware of her identity. Now, she's a new member, MSEC 2000.
Saki...
But don't worry, I'll adjust my mindset to it all.
Miss Shelley, Executor. I'm ready. Environmental conditions are normal. I've checked the spatial fluctuations in our target destination against gray space entity signals, and the possibility of encountering them is low. I've prepared the necessary supplies. Even if we encounter an issue with the space-time transmission device, it's enough to sustain us for 2 weeks until the rescue team gets to us.
That's very thoughtful of Alyss.
It is necessary. I did screw up the mission, and I should have done my homework. Just in case something unexpected occurred.
Don't take it personally, Alyss. Cheer up a bit and off we go.
Okay.
Don't forget your words. Okay. For this Omnium collection task, we'll need samples from various environments. And that means we must travel to different places and cover all kinds of sources, including air, water, soil, animals, plants, and so on. I've sent the relevant locations to your terminal.
There are so many places to go.
Now you see what you've done. You even dragged me and the Executor down with you.
I understand.
Hey, go collect some from the center of the lake, will you? I'm not a very good swimmer, you see.
Okay.
Thank you. It's a rare opportunity to chill out in the neighborhood. Oh, I mean, I will do some further investigations nearby.
Don't go too far, Miss Shelley. It's dangerous around here.
All right.
Huh? Huh?
Help! Someone please help!
What's happening over there? Come on, let's go.
I'm drowning! Help! Please, someone save me!
Miss Shelley, try straightening out your leg and see if you can reach the lake bed of the oasis.
Straighten it?
Yes, straighten it.
I could learn something new. Check out my Shelly-style strokes. What do you think? Ain't I professional?
This pool steps are around that of a children's swimming pool. It's quite perfect for you.
Well... why does it feel like I'm secretly ridiculing Shelly for being short? Alyss, how many times have you been on surface missions?
This is my second time.
It's only your second time?
Oh, yes. I screwed up the first time, too.
Don't take it personally, Alyss. Saki's bark is worse than her bite.
Yes. I understand.
Guys, we must get going. The next step is to collect animal samples. We need to set off to the next location. Where's Shelly?
I don't know. I just heard Miss Shelley mention collecting samples from other locations, and I couldn't find her anywhere. She even told me not to follow her when she left.
Isn't that Shelly?
Sure looks like it.
Hey! You over there! Don't just stand there! Save me!
We should help her, huh?
Miss Shelley, are you practicing your tree climbing skills?
Yes! Exactly!
Then, I'll leave you to it. Oh, and if you want to train more efficiently, I recommend using phosphorus oak trees for their lower friction coefficient.
Hey! Don't go! Help me out!
Let's help her.
Isn't the gooseneck beast supposed to be friendly and easy to play with?
Miss Shelley, were you attacked because you provoked those gooseneck beasts?
No, it's just an accident. Let's go collect some plant samples. And why are you looking at me? Let's go. One last place to go. We're finally almost done. All that's left is the air and soil. And once we're done, you can report to that strict captain of yours, Alyss.
The captain is pretty strict with us. Many of the rookies this year call her the devil behind her back. Also, I don't know why, but I feel like I'm taking the brunt of it. The captain seems to be exceptionally strict with me. I didn't do anything to offend her, did I? I tried to prepare myself for this, but I still didn't expect it to be this painful. It's even harder than before. I used to dream of becoming a figure skater, and I went through a lot of hard training for it.
Alyss, why didn't you continue with your dream instead of joining the security force?
Come here, Executor. Look at where I'm pointing at. What do you see?
The boundless desert, the creatures in it, and Meroria.
Meroria. It's a very strange place, isn't it? A city of survival that the people of Vera rely on. I've always felt that Meroria is a lighthouse on the coast in this endless desert, guiding lost ships back home. So long as Meroria stands, it serves as a harbor for the hearts and minds of the people of Vera, regardless of the despair and cruelty of life there. In Vera, there is hope that it will become better one day. The arrival of gray space entities brought new suffering to Meroria. The change that we'd been waiting for was gone, and many lost things they cherished. Realizing this is what made me decide to join the security force. It's true that I gave up what I like, But our work will help those in Meroria live the lives they want. When I look at it that way, my sacrifice is worth it. And I'm glad they didn't turn away someone like me, who's always giving them trouble. I sometimes complain, but I know that when compared to many in the security force who've received combat training from a young age, I'm just an amateur. It'll take extensive training to turn me into a capable agent. I need to work harder.
You remind me of a fool.
Fool?
That person used to be exactly the same. They were almost tortured to death by their captain's overwhelming training and kept grumbling about quitting the security force. But they always returned to report the next day and start a new round of training. Although filled with complaints and discontent, they always did better than everyone when it was time for training and executing missions. The way of doing things that fool developed after all of that has a lot to do with their captain.
Do I know that person?
I'm not telling you, it's a secret. Maybe you did offend your Captain Fua. Anyway, let's continue to our destination. I'm almost at my limit from all this work. I never thought I'd visit so many places today. Collecting Omnium is really exhausting and time-consuming. How did you survive doing this all the time in the past? We should head back. Alyss is keeping an eye out for trouble. I'll rest here while you go get her. I'm exhausted.
Fine. What a beautiful melody. Is that from Alyss?
You're here, Executor.
Such a lovely voice.
Nope.
It's time. We need to head back.
Okay.
What was the song that Alyss was humming?
This is my favorite song. It echoes in my mind from time to time. Whenever I'm upset, humming the melody calms me down. Whenever the ice rink plays this tune, I feel confident enough to give it my best.
You're absolutely outstanding, Alyss.
No. You do me too much honor, Executor. Compared to Captain Fua and you, I'm the one that needs improving. Executor, what do you think of yourself?
Me?
Before heading out, I looked up information regarding you and found nothing but impressive records. Protecting the Asperia Tower of Fantasy, saving District 9, and many more. They are all admirable. I believe District 9 would be proud of having such an outstanding executor as you, much like how Meroria would be proud of those who have made great contributions. Years later, Meroria will still remember those like you who came to their aid. I wish I could become a hero like you. Is everything okay, Executor? Looks like you have something to tell me.
No. It's nothing.
Though, there is one thing that's really bothering me, Executor. How do you feel about your loss of memory?
Me?
It just so happens that I have a similar condition. I have a huge gap in my memory, and my head hurts every time I try to recall those memories. It's almost as if there's some sort of barrier that keeps me from remembering. Besides, Captain Fua and the others always seem to be hiding something from me, intentionally or not. It bothered me deeply at first. I really wanted to set things straight, but I thought better of it. There must be a good reason for them to keep some things from me. I don't mind it anymore, because I've decided to move on. I've decided to give my all to every training session and mission, and become the Alyss that I've always envisioned myself to be. Executor, if you fail to recall those memories as well, then forge a new beginning for yourself. There will always be someone who remembers your story, old or new. At least I know your story now. It is a wonderful one, isn't it? What do you think?
Hey, you guys! I found a few super sweet fruits! Come try them!
Come on, Executor. I don't want to keep Miss Shelley waiting.
I understand.
Thanks for the help.
Not a problem, Miss Shelley.
Alright, I'm off. Oh, right, don't worry about it, Alyss. I'll talk to Saki for you. Bye.
Yes.
Alyss! What a coincidence! Got a minute?
Yeah, Alicia. How can I help you?
Please cover my shift and make some rounds in the furnace core site. Please, please, please!
The furnace core site. But...
My grandma's not feeling well again, so I must rush back and take care of her.
Okay, I promise.
Thank you, you're the best! MSEC 2004 communicated with MSEC 2000. Action entries transferred.
Pickup successful.
I gotta go now. I owe you one. Dinner's on me next time.
I've never been to the furnace core site before. I'm unfamiliar with it because Captain Fua never sent me on a mission there.
I've been to the furnace core site. Let me go with you.
Oh, for real? Thank you, Executor. I appreciate it. It's my first time here at the furnace core site. Looks like we're early, Executor. Perhaps we can take a look around first. Something just occurred to me. Around the furnace core site, there's an area called Cloud Top, a place that records heroic deeds, I believe. Why don't we check it out? I've always wondered what really lies there. This should be it. So it really is true. Those who have made great contributions to Meroria are all recorded on this monument. All these deeds. They're truly something. I wonder if my name will ever be on it.
Confirming security forces highest authority.
My finger touched the... What's going on?
Accessing database to display encrypted hidden information.
This is... Codename MSEC-002. Alyss, is that me? My codename is MSEC-2000. 2000.
That's the last thing we ever wanted to see happen anyway. Alyss's condition is complicated, and for a while now, we've been doing some tentative treatment, which is related to her weapon.
Weapon?
Yes, her weapon, Unyielding Wing, is powered by the user's mental energy. It's the result of cutting-edge science and technology from before the Cataclysm. That's exactly how Alyss survived the battle. The weapon initiated a defense mechanism at a critical time and saved its wielder. When Alyss was found, regular life monitoring devices could no longer detect her vital signs. Everyone thought Alyss was gone, but the faint energy signs of Unyielding Wing kept telling us she might still survive. No one believed that Alyss could make it, but we still decided to cling to the faint hope. Although on the public record, Special Forces Captain MSEC-002 was killed in the battle to defend Meroria. In private, we have never given up on her. It's only that the whole process was kept strictly confidential. This continued until she regained consciousness and stood in front of us.
Alyss is still in a coma. What's going on?
It must be said that Unyielding Wing couldn't have managed to absorb enough energy to keep Alyss alive without her tenacious will. In hindsight, this could also be the reason why Alyss was unconscious in the first place. From the information available so far, it is speculated that the activation of this function will lead to excessive mental energy exhaustion of the user. Alyss's condition is likely the result of her excessive use of Unyielding Wing in that battle. It would be more accurate to describe her condition as a mental abnormality rather than memory loss. We could never have anticipated that she would have such violent reactions.
Will she ever wake up again?
Now, her chaotic mental fluctuations are affecting her brain. If this continues, we must prepare for something worse.
Prepare for something worse?
We may really lose her this time.
What? Is there no other way?
Archon Larson, I have a proposal. Maybe I can find a cure for Alyss's mental abnormality.
Oh? Yes, Miss Shirley. Go ahead, please.
When I lost my mind, Dr. Claire of Cetus Island used a method of accessing the mental world. At the time, I was in a dark place, and I found myself surrounded by the cries of ghosts. I was crying at the top of my lungs, but no one was there to answer me. Those ghosts haunted me, and I could only keep attacking around for a fleeting sense of security. Suddenly, a bright star appeared in the dark sky, and my brother's voice came from the direction of the star.
Shirley.
He just kept chanting my name. I didn't recognize his voice at first, but the voice guided me in its direction. It helped me calm down and recover my self-awareness.
Oh? Dr. Claire from the Asperia sector has the technology to fix mental fluctuations?
Yes.
I think it's worth trying. Meroria will never fail those who have dedicated themselves to it. I will ask Archon Elric from District 9 to help me get in touch with Dr. Claire. Executor, please go to the doctors with Shirley. After everything is ready, Saki Fuwa will bring Alyss to you. Please then connect to her mind.
I understand.
Long time no see, little friend. Archon Elric has filled me in, and I get the general picture. You are really good at getting yourself in trouble and dragging me along in the process.
Thank you, Dr. Claire.
Never mind. We'll be rescuing someone important anyway. I never thought I would be using these again. I thought they would be outdated soon. I'll get ready first and wait for our guests. Oh, what do we have here? What a sleeping beauty. Well, the preparations for the connection with this sleeping beauty are complete. Kids, now it's your turn. Just like we did before, I will connect your consciousness to the system where a virtual environment is built. You can understand this virtual environment as a figurative representation of Alyss's mental landscape. You will find the root of her illness there. Find the problem and fix it. That way, your friend will be back to normal. So kids, are you ready?
I have one last question, Doctor. Will we encounter MSEC 2000 or MSEC 002?
What we have here is the deeper level of Alyss's mental landscape. If everything goes well, it should be the intact state of her mind. or who you refer to as MSEC-002.
Okay, I understand. Please begin, Dr. Claire.
Let's begin.
What on earth is happening here? Are they gray space entities?
No, they don't look exactly like gray space entities. We must investigate and take a look at the environment here.
All right, I have received the video signal. Hostiles in the Vera sector. Interesting.
Are those rampant gray space entities the cause of Alyss's illness?
I checked the information from Miroria. I suppose this is what you call the abyssal field. It may even have something to do with the individual's mind. Unyielding Wing consumed too much of Alyss's mental power. As a result, those mind-related abyssins used their field ability to creep in when they were destroyed by Alyss, and they became coexistent with Alyss's consciousness.
So it's like having an out-of-body experience?
Well, an apt analogy. So now there's a real problem. This beauty's mental landscape is quite battered. If this deteriorates, she will lose control of her mind.
What do you mean, Doctor?
Literally, what we've seen here is the most intuitive reflection of a person's mental state. If we allow those creatures to rampage here, even if Alyss wakes up in the end, who do you think will be in charge of her mind?
Gray space entities? They want to take control of Alyss?
That's totally possible.
I won't let that happen. Let's do it! Clean out all the trash in this room! Bring Alyss back!
Looks like this is the culprit. But that frozen coffin... could it be?
There's a good chance it's her. Alyss. Operation codename? MSEC-002 Alyss.
It looks like that abyssant is trying to break open the frozen coffin. But this world only exists within Alyss's mind. And Alyss's strong will is the source of that frozen coffin. She made it to protect herself. The abyssant will never be able to break through it. Over time, a state of mutual suppression arose. A stalemate of sorts. But if you're here now, there's a chance this stalemate can finally be broken.
Dr. Claire? Dr. Claire! I can't reach Dr. Claire.
Damn. Could this be one of that abyssant's powers too?
Look out! It's starting to move.
Come on. We have to get Alyss out of here.
You still have room for improvement, Saki. Since I'm awake, let me put an end to everything. I knew it. The Abyssant's mind is bound to my own. It's goodbye, for real this time. Please keep moving forward, for the future.
Are you awake? Our communication was interrupted. Did something happen? I was about to cut off the connection. I see. I get it now. After she saved you and wiped out the Abyssants, her mental form disappeared.
Yes.
I'm not entirely sure what that means, but I do have one piece of information to share with you guys. My monitoring system shows that her mental fluctuations have become stable. She should be fine now. But it's up to fate to decide if she can regain her memory. Ah, looks like she's awake.
Where am I? What happened to the mission?
You... Is that you? Captain?
Captain Fua? What are you doing here?
Agent Alyss? Alyss, how do you feel?
I think something's wrong with my head.
Thank you for providing the analysis of Alyss's mental landscape.
No problem, Saki.
After that, I exposed Alyss to information about 002, but she didn't have a reaction. In the end, that MSEC 002 wasn't able to return.
Saki...
It's slightly regrettable, but I'm still very happy. While she has lost her past memories, I can sense that she's still the same Alyss. She hasn't changed at all. One day, she will once again become whom she wants to be, and write the story she wants to write. So in the end, we decided against telling her about MSEC 002. Please continue keeping it a secret as well. When the time is right, she will once again become... someone capable of taking charge and protecting Meroria, but as MSEC 2000. In the past, she protected me as the captain. Now, it's my turn as the Special Forces Captain MSEC 003, Saki Fua, to protect Alyss, a member of my team.
I understand. Alyss is there too. Let me ask how she's doing. I wonder how her recovery is going.
Thank you, Executor.
Thank me?
From what I've been told, it was you and Captain Fua who helped cure my illness. It no longer bothers me, and now I can truly give my all during training.
It's nothing, really. Congratulations on your recovery, Alyss. Keep it up from now on. Just like what you told me before.
I will, Executor. I will become part of the security force and continue forging ahead. What about you, Executor? I want to hear more of your story.
I will too. I promise.
Then, shall we pinky promise?
Sure, Alyss.